G'day guys, it's Tim Guest here, Australia's leading financial educator and founder of Infinite Wealth. Whether it's your first time joining us today or whether you're a long-time follower or a client, thank you very much for being with us. And of course, we just love to get your guys' feedback with regards to these videos. So whether it's a question or comment, whether it's like, love, angry, whatever it is, please interact with the video. And of course, if you get value out of being on the video today, all we ask in return is that you share this with your friends and family. Today, we're here to talk about step 3 of Bootcamp for your bank account. The theme of today's video is work smarter, not harder. So one of the things is we all have busy and full lives. And of course, you know, if we're going to put an effort into a new project or something along those lines, we want to make sure that wherever we're going to put that effort is going to be of most use to us. It's going to be the most value. It's going to be the most effective, okay? And of course, people that have success in life are the people that find the most effective way to get the best out of everything, all right? So I'm going to talk to you about another app today, okay? This is another Australian-built app. The app is called Pocketbook. It's available once again on the Google Store, the Apple Store, the Microsoft Store, and it is just an absolutely fantastic app, okay? Welcome, Ben, to the video, mate. Good to see you again. So look, let me first of all just set you up about this app and exactly how it works. So this is a spending tracking app, okay? It is able to link to nearly every Australian financial institution. So whether you've got bank accounts across multiple finance institutions or whether you've got it just one. I mean, I think with my own personal, I don't know, I think I have something like 20 plus bank accounts across about 5 or 6 different banks, right? So what you can do is you can actually set this app up, obviously with your own personal profile, and then link all of your banks to Pocketbook. Then you can link all the individual accounts to your Pocketbook as well. What it'll then do is it'll intelligently track your spending out of your banking accounts. So when I say intelligently, what do I mean? So when the transactions are going through the app, it will categorize them under certain categories, whether it's things like shopping, entertainment, clothes, food, that stuff. There's even subcategories that you can put it under. Most of this stuff, it will actually categorize all on its own. It's an intelligent app. Like as an example, you know, say for example, I'm heading home for the day and, you know, on the way home, I call Jo and I was like, Jo, you know, I'm on the way home. Do you want me to get anything from the shop on the way home? She says, oh, you know, I'm out of parsley or something like that. Can you please stop off and grab some? So I pull into the IGA, I buy what I buy, I swipe my daily transaction account, which is for me, my credit card. When that goes through Pocketbook as an app, because it sees its IGA, it automatically knows that it's groceries, so it's automatically going to tag that spending as groceries, okay? Then what it allows you to do is see exactly where you're spending your money. It's tracking your spending, okay? Now, just in case you do put a transaction through and Pocketbook doesn't recognize the transaction, what you'll get is a notification once a week. I get mine on a Sunday. I imagine that's probably how it works for most people. Notification comes up and it says something like this: hey Tim, you got 7 uncategorized transactions for this week. So I'll log into my Pocketbook, I'll see exactly what those 7 transactions are, and I will then tag them. And all I ever have to do is tag that transaction once. Whenever Pocketbook sees that transaction type come through again, it'll automatically know because you've already told it. John, welcome to the broadcast, mate. Hope you get some value, all right? So it'll automatically know next time you do that transaction that exactly how to categorize it. So as you'll notice as you go through your life, what will happen is initially you might get, you know, 10 uncategorized transactions. The next week it's 7, the next week it's 5, the next week it's 3, then occasionally it's down to only 2 or 1 a week or something along those lines. So it's a very, very easy app to use. That's how you use it. From here, how are you going to implement what you can discover from this app? It's got some fantastic pie charts. It shows you a great way to break down how you're doing your spending, and you will be able to see exactly where you're spending the most amount of money. You'll be able to then analyze based on whatever it is. You'll then be able to analyze where you can make this smallest change to make the biggest difference in your cash flow every single week. You know, you might see, I don't know, maybe you're a little bit like me. You might see that you spend maybe a little bit too much on beer every week. You know, we might sit there and work out that, you know, I don't know, by buying a different type of beer, buying less beer or something along those lines, you're able to reduce significantly in that area the amount of spending. You might even be able to see some other minor changes, like maybe, you know, buying a coffee machine rather than, you know, buying your coffee at the local coffee shop every morning. Maybe that's actually going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars a year. Okay, but of course you're unable to make those decisions unless you can actually get an insight into what's actually happening. So this app, Pocketbook, it is a fantastic app. I recommend that all of my clients use this to track the spending. The only warning that I do have about Pocketbook is like, even like things like Facebook. Facebook wants to sell you as to advertisers, right? Pocketbook will also want to use you to generate themselves money, okay? So they'll often try and refer you to accountants or finance brokers to refinance your loans. I mean, I occasionally I get notifications or I get an email or something along those lines. Hey, we've noticed that your XYZ loan is on, I don't know, whatever percent. Do you want us to see if we can get you a better deal? Or do you want to see if we can find you some more tax deductions every year? Okay. The only recommendation I'd make about that stuff is I would just use the app for what it's good at and do not take advantage of any of those kind of referral offers. You never know who they're going to refer you to. You never know who you're going to be speaking to and of course what they're going to be getting out of it. Okay. So I would avoid those kinds of things. But of course, guys, how the hell are you going to know where to make changes in your own personal cash flow and budget if you don't know where the money's going? And the simple fact of the matter is, even when most of us do a budget, which of course is something that every single one of us should be doing if we're serious about reaching our goals financially, then, I mean, there's things like your rent and your internet and your mobile phone and all that kind of stuff. We know how much that is. Okay, it's pretty easy for us to figure it out. The one that we miss so much is the occasional transactions here and there. And that typically can make up anywhere from about, a quarter to a half of the money that you spend. So if you don't know where that money's going, how can you track it? How can you change it? How can you do anything about it? All right. So guys, my recommendation, get Pocketbook, get it set up, get using it. And then that way you'll know where you can work the smartest and not the hardest. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it for me. That's step 3 of the bootcamp for your bank account. Next week, we'll be coming at you with step number 4. Like I said, love to hear your questions, comments, queries, things like that. Please put them down in the chat box below. Of course, if you got value out of watching this video, please share it. We want to help more and more people reach their financial goals, and you can help us by doing that. Guys, it's Friday. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will speak to you next week. Thanks, guys.